Bad Plays Games.
Hello Pioneers, I hope you're well. My name is Bed, and this is the Satisfactory Plus mod for the game Satisfactory. And the last time out, we built these 3 modules of 5 burners each to burn compacted biofuel to make us, 2,400 megawatts of power? And we also decorated that atrocious building, and I love it. On this episode, we're going to start off doing a bit of zinc. First thing I remembered when we were looking at this first saphirite processing area is that we are working with a pure node here. So we're getting 120 per minute, 60 per minute on each line. And right over here is this sneaky little modular miner, which is also pure stiritite, and it's not being used. And I know for a fact that we have got some really useful alternate recipes available to us. Mainly at this point, this one, mixed saphirite, turning 45 per minute of both saphirite and stiritite into 90 per minute crushed saphirite. It means we're going to be able to run almost 3 full crushers of this right here, and really greatly improve the amount of saphirite we're getting. But we need to make some room first. So I think what I'm going to do is just trash all of this right now, because we're going to wait way more later. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to need to expand here to the south. This was our first temporary zinc, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And I think that's going to do it for that, yeah. Not so bad. Let's move the power line. Okay, so we're going to need to mix these belts coming from that one and the belts coming from that one. So let's give ourselves a little bit more room. First things first, we need to crush it. Alright, now we're going to do the mixed saphirite. So again, we've got 120. This is going to want 135. We can't underclock yet, so we're just going to have to deal with that, which is fine with me. Alright, I wonder if I could turn this now, if that would work pretty well. Let's try it. Yeah, that's gonna work. I'll clean this up because it's irritating me. And now we'll think about how we want to do this. We can merge the 2 lines together because we have plenty of belt parts now. And then we can come at it from this direction. So let's do a splitter this way and a splitter from the other direction. And this will be to split saphirite on the bottom and the stiritite on the top. Like so. Alright, and we're going to need to merge this. Keep the belts nice and straight, and there we've got our saphirite. And then let's see if we can put a foundation under it. Alright, it looks like the foundation makes it too high. Alright, add a merger for the stiritite. And then we're just going to carry it up over here. Alright, I don't love that this path now leads right into a belt, but I'm going to be okay with it for right now because we're not really starting to decorate it all yet. Alright, add a mining head. And we already plugged it in. That's good to go. Okay, we're taking 120 per minute, splitting it between 3 machines that each want 45 per minute, meaning we get 93 times at 270 at 88.88 repeating percent, which is 240 per minute. We're going to be able to take the saphirite output and put it on 2 belts. Alright, let's get rid of the stone. Do that just like last time. Oh, and we didn't actually extend this when I wanted to. Let's do that now. Probably a bit like that. It's probably not quite enough room, but maybe it is. Let's see. So now we're going to deal with the crushed stone by turning it into glass, probably. And now we need to take our crushed saphirite. We're going to need to split one of them to merge it into the other 2, because we're going to have 2 full lines of 120. I actually really liked having it up on that 4-meter platform, so I think I'm going to do that again, just over here this time. For the crushed stone, I mean. How much crushed stone are we dealing with? 30, 60, 90, and then 90% of that. Almost 90% of that. Alright, let's merge these all together. Rather, let's merge all of these together. Using mergers. And then I think we're going to need to crush it again, if I'm not mistaken. Wait a minute, nope. Wait, yes. Another crusher. Perfect. Now that's gonna make sand. This is gonna make sand. And we're gonna smelt it. And then put it in a storage container again. Except this time we're gonna put it in an awesome sink storage unit so it never backs up. It hadn't backed up yet anyway, but it will eventually. I actually really liked that thing that we did by putting those power modules up on stilts. So let's do that again. I wanna let's see, right there, and then we'll take a 1 meter. And then, let's see, we need 2 of them, right? It's probably plenty big enough. Let's take a sorter. We want it just as close to the edge as we can get. Alright, make that even. Awesome, and now we're gonna be able to get rid of that, and those, and that. We're gonna sort the saphirite. Alright, let's get a lift down that way, and a lift down here. The first one's gonna be able to come all the way down to this side. And the second will come all the way down to this side. 120 saphirite per minute being sorted in each of 2 machines. Okay, obviously these can't float. So let's support them. Yeah, that works out pretty well. Okay, so one change is now that we're sorting this copper, the saphirite, we're getting crushed copper. This whole copper assembly system is set up to be on crushed saphirite. So we need to actually switch from the sloppy copper ingots to the regular copper ingots. So the difference in those recipes are the crushed copper for 30, the crushed stiritite gives 30 copper ingots, the crushed copper gives 45. So we were apparently using 120 per minute, which means we won't need this last machine, so let's get rid of it. And now let's route 30, 60, 90 of that, which is 1 output. So it's probably this one. It is. Alright, and perfect. Okay, let's just watch this, monitor it for just a second and make sure it's gonna work. It should do. I don't know why it wouldn't. There, it kicked right on. Alright, similarly, we're going to need to take the crushed stone out, so let's do that. Okay, we actually haven't been planning our factories like this because we didn't have them before. What I'm going to need to do is actually put an awesome storage sink Mark 1 right on there. Let's take the extra copper output from here because it's 90 per minute, which is not nothing. It's actually quite a bit. But we don't even have any use for it right now, so we're just going to put it in the sink. Alright, let's deal with the crushed stone first. Crushed stone. We're getting 20 per minute. Let's add a merger rate here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's add a merger. Send it that way to make concrete. Just thinking ahead, I probably want this to be 4 meters to make some sort of wall, because I want this pathway right here. Let's see, no, I want the wall. I want this pathway here to be kind of enclosed. So this would probably be a wall 2 right here. to make 120 zinc plates per minute. That's pretty awesome. All right, so we can combine the lines, say right here. And then let's go that way, and then that way. Smelt them right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, smart mod's helping make a little bit of the belt work easier. I know there's more ways to use smart mod, but I can't figure it out. It wants to default the spacing of the splitters to putting these absolutely adjacent, but I like leaving more room between them, so maybe I just can't use smart splitter like that. I thought I could mess with the spacing, but I wasn't seeing how. Alright, now we're going to select zinc ingot. Oops, I have my numbers slightly off, and that I only need 4 of these. The numbers were otherwise correct, just the number of machines was wrong. We're going to need to merge all of these, so let's do that. So I just realized we're going to have 180 per minute, which is too fast for our belts. So what we're going to do is move this one a little bit like that. And then like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Splitter right here. There. Everything is straight and perfect. Alright, let's merge it that way. Oh, I missed. Alright, and then... Perfect. Since we can't let the zinc back up, we're going to need to put an awesome zinc storage Mark 1 again. And done. 120 zinc plates per minute. Now with that zinc plate production, we're easily able to do the next milestone of the project part. That means it's probably time to build the space elevator. Alright, that was a pretty simple matter of just gathering some parts. Oh man, I have not thought at all about where we're going to put this though. That definitely means somewhere temporary, right? I mean, we don't have a stand or a place for it yet, so let's just put it right over here. Floor too steep. I saw it turn blue at one point. There we go. Okay, and we can't forget the lead sheets. So this isn't so bad. We should be able to accomplish this pretty quickly. But let's not forget the lead sheets. And let's go gather some parts, and we'll get the smart plating being made. Let's make a quick blueprint for container-fed assemblers. This isn't going to be a permanent solution. It's just going to be a slightly temporary solution. I'm okay with it though. Alright, let's start with a wall. And then let's see, let's go up one more. And then something like that. We want the output here, and we want it to be as far back as possible. So right here. Alright, let's put the inputs down like this. And then maybe, let's see, a storage container. Let's go back one tick that way, one tick that way. There we go. One tick that way, one tick that way. Alright, run an output down here. Could probably add like a floor hole right there. But a lot of times the floor holes get wonky in the blueprints, at least in my experience. So I might just leave them out for right now. I'm okay with that clipping on account of having the floor holes though. In fact, I'm not going to trim it up at all because I don't have the parts I want, like beams. I don't have even lime dust for concrete, so this is going to be our Mark 1 iteration, and we'll design it better when we get more unlocks. Let's do it right here then. Let's go blueprint, box fed assembler. what do we want to make? We can make lead frames first. And you know what? I'm just going to put the other one over here because it's a nice flat open area. And we can tear it down pretty quick once we get the smart plating done for the unlock, because we are going to, of course, automate smart plating before we get too much further. The only reason I'm doing this right now is because I kind of want to get an idea for how much I need of everything like that. It's actually going to need 2,000 zinc plates, so I'm going to go grab those. Ah, they're right there. And we have just over 2,000 already. Part of why I was saying like I want to wait because I don't know what I'll need. If you recall, I built this just super temporary brass, right? And now in my inventory, I've been holding these brass plates and bronze pipes. I'm sorry, I said brass, I meant bronze. And I just haven't needed them except for the unlocks. So I'm okay doing the box fed stuff just to get a little bit further to see what kind of numbers we're going to need. We talk about this a lot on my Discord as well. People getting to different parts of the game and simply saying like, oh, you don't need this that much, and then or late game you actually need a surprising amount of like tin wire, stuff like that. It's a conversation we have a lot, which is really fun. And if you want to have that kind of conversation with me and a bunch of other people that love Satisfactory Plus, why don't you join my Discord? The link is down in the description below. Okay, I think right now we're just waiting for the smart plating and lead frames. So instead of sitting idly by, let's start decorating, and I mean that in the very basic, slightest meaning of the word. Maybe decorating is even the wrong idea, but enclosing some of our factories. We don't have a lot of parts to decorate now, but I do want to decorate later without being too scrunched in. So I think what we should do is give ourselves like a wide berth, you know, like not put the walls like right here, but give ourselves a few foundations worth of space. So let's do that here. We may as well start with the newest zinc factory. Give ourselves a little bit of space this way. That little bit extra space this way as well. Alright, so what I'm seeing, what I'm envisioning anyway, is something like this. And then up. Alright, let's add a conveyor wall right here. Not even going to bother to reattach it because it's fine. Something like that. Something like this to kind of enclose it. Yeah. Alright, no, of course we don't even have lights and stuff like that, but... And this gives us room to say, I don't know how we're going to trim it, but like, say we wanted big concrete pillars, we could still have room for these above the machines, and then lights as well. And we could always tear it out and change it later if we're unhappy. But yeah, something like that. So we kind of know where that factory portion is. Maybe I should wait to do this until I have hypertubes, honestly. But what I want to do, I don't need to be down here. I do need to get right here to this concrete, which I should move to be in line with these. And in fact, I should move all of these as well, because it's going to get encapsulated by the factory as I build it. But anyway, I was thinking just a walkway like this height, coming this way, and then leading down over to our storage area here, and then to the rest of the factory. As you can tell, I haven't given this much thought. I'm kind of just flying by the seat of my pants. But I want each of these different factory areas to look like different little portions of a larger factory complex. Alright, look at that, we're done with the lead frames already. Alright, so back to my spitball ideas of decorating. Let's take these ramps out. I want to run rails, I think. Okay, now I want it to go right here. Alright, actually I need to pass through, so I'm gonna do that like that, and then I think I'll take the stairs down. Yeah, and maybe, you know what, maybe I always have walkways, catwalks, for walking. And these is foundation floors. Alright, and I can actually get rid of this entryway because I've moved it up there. There's a good chance this isn't going to work out creatively how I imagine it. All right, let's grab our smart plating, pop it right into the space elevator, and send up our load. And now let's check out the wonders of tiers 3 and 4. We've got molten metals, casting, we're gonna get to brass, steel, Mark III belts, hydroelectric power, trucks, heavy modular frames, motors, encased industrial beams, hypertubes, faster mining heads, larger storages, project assembly parts number 2, solar power, hover pack, even larger blueprints, and faster pipelines. And we're gonna get into that and so much more in the next episode. I appreciate you hanging out and watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bad.